people who have been lost their lives. You have hundreds of thousands of people who have been displaced. You have a situation that's more dire than the Sudan. But the Sudan became a favorite of the right, and so everybody knows about what's happening in the Sudan. And people will argue that became positive because of the anti-Arab element of that conflict. But everybody knows about the Sudan, but very few people are aware of what's happening in the Congo. And we need to make sure people understand what's happening in Congo. So.
Are we, Mr. Baraka, expecting too much from the sons and daughters of our former slave masters? Are we expecting them to make us powerful, to take care of Haiti, to take care of Sudan, and all the other African countries that were our motherland? Now, and I ask that because in a system of white supremacy, European and Americans, you just don't do this. And I'm wondering, are we shirking our responsibility as black people in diaspora, especially in this country because we're more richer and more affluent? I would venture to say that the money that's going to be spent, and I know this is a long question, the money that's going to be spent on black folks rushing to D.C. on January 20th could probably free Haiti. Okay, I'm just throwing that out.
Right.
Are we?
I'm chuckling because you're hitting the right points. Yeah.
Okay. Are we? I mean, to me, see, this philosophy makes no sense to me. That we depend on the enemy. And I must make it very clear to make us whole. Let me put it that way. How do you see this?
Well, I mean, we can. We have to define what our interests are as African people.
And I think you did that just now very well. As far as Haiti is concerned, in Congo, I would think those are our interests. Those countries can make us more powerful, make them more powerful, just like Israel.
Exactly.
If we were together here in this country and understood that and put our money over those places where it's needed, instead of constantly giving the money right back to the sons and daughters of slave masters.
But it all boils down to the issue you raised earlier, indirectly, about the issue of consciousness, and what I raised in terms of organization. If our people are conscious, then we also be organized, and we will recognize our true interests, and we will be able to funnel resources where they need to be funneled in order to advance our interests, both domestically and internationally. Okay. There are many organizations that are involved in trying to provide support to our brothers and sisters on the continent and through the Americas. You have to also remember, we have hundreds of thousands of African people in the Americas.
Right.
In Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, every nation in South America and Central America, you'll find some African people. There's a vibrant movement of African people in those parts of the world, inspired partly by what we did here in the U.S., who are trying to organize themselves. So when we talk about African people, we're talking about African people throughout the diaspora.
That's right.
And on the continent. So when we recognize that, that our liberation is tied up to the liberation of African people worldwide, then we get clear about what we need to do. Right now, as a consequence of this educational process that is geared toward producing quote-unquote Americans who see the world through an American perspective, who don't understand the place of America in the world. If we are allowed that consciousness to be developed, then it should be of no surprise that we have in our community predatory behavior among ourselves, where we have people who don't recognize any kind of connection to black people outside of their community, or basically waste our resources for frivolous kinds of pursuits. And that's just part of the trick bag that we're in.
Let me thank you, Mr. Baraka. I know I've kept you 15 minutes overtime because you're so interesting, and I kept you over, and I apologize for that.
No problem.
And I hope to have you back at some other date, but I'm certainly going to get some more information on the organizations and put it across the air, and maybe some of our folks here in Buffalo would like to join at some point, and certainly want to thank you for the courageous work that you're doing. And,
no problem. I really appreciate this. Again, www.ushrnetwork.org. And bring me back anytime. I would love to speak some more.
And I'm going to do that, too. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, brother. And have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okie dokie. That was Mr. Ajama Baraka, and who's the director of the